Yards across America are filled with old stuff piled up everywhere. My job is to sort through the rubble and uncover the hidden treasures of the yard sale. I sort through the trash and turn crap into cash. Hi, welcome to Pickin Vegas. I'm Mike, this is Dusty, and this is a show about the stuff I find at local yard sales and estate sales that I buy to fix up and resell and try and make some money on. I got quite a pile to go over today, so we're going to get right to it and go right into the table shots because there's a lot to cover. We bought a lot, so let's get to it. Okay, we're going to start over here with the arrow bed. We went to a kind of a state blowout sale and got some really good deals on stuff, and this arrow bed was one of them. There's a really nice model. We picked it up for 10 bucks, so really great deal. And next is at that same sale were all these M&M plush guys. They're really large, and we got them all for 25 cents each. So we even picked up the big Care Bear in the strange pink backpack thing, but hey, it was 25 cents, and we wanted to get up to 2 bucks. So that was that. And over here we have this weird folk art kind of airplane thing. I picked that up for I think 2 bucks. Just kind of weird, interesting thing, good for the antique store. And then we start up here on the table. We'll start with the Mickey Mouse lamp. Got that for 5 bucks. It's not terribly valuable or anything, but any Disney stuff's always good. And speaking of the Disney, we got the little bear playing the guitar and the little plush guys. Didn't pay much for any of that stuff. I think $1 for the bear and the little plush things. I think we had to pay like $6 for those. But they're kind of neat because they have the tags and everything still on them, so you just can't go wrong with Disney. And then behind that stuff is a orange Samsonite travel case called a makeup case or train case. We buy these all the time. This one, same thing, usually a couple dollars, $2 or $3. When they get to these kind of interesting colors, the value goes up versus the more plain ones. And then here, standing next to that, is this tall ashtray. It's kind of an old piece. The lady said it came out of a local steakhouse. Can't remember what the name of it was, unfortunately, but kind of neat piece, not terribly valuable, but again, really great stuff for the antique store. So, next to that, we have a whole bunch of Star Wars stuff we picked up. We got these 2 BB-8 play sets and a answering machine and some figures. Probably paid, I think, $30 for everything, so it should make a few bucks. Kind of nice stuff. The play sets have all the parts and pieces, so that helps out a lot. And then down here, we got some more video games. I'm always buying video games when they're cheap. I got them all for 2 bucks a piece, and so they'll make a little money. Great stuff for the antique store again. Little grape, my California grape my wife found for $1. He's kind of cool. He's posable. Picked up some nice 1/18 scale cars, $20 for all the cars, and the little green one here actually is an original promo car from the 50s, so unfortunately it's pretty beat up, but kind of neat little thing. And then we got these 2 German Shepherd kind of small bookends. I don't know what kind of book they would hold up, but I liked them and I paid up 5 bucks for them. So, and then next to him is a little metal elephant, nice little hook thing. Picked that up for $1. Found this nice little Furby here, brand new in the box. These things always sell good, and I got him for 5 bucks. Next, we live in Las Vegas, so can't go wrong with Las Vegas Monopoly Edition. It's still new inside. It's not sealed, but everything inside is. So, paid a couple dollars for that. Then we have this Corgi little wagon and horse thing that's still new in the box, and I paid $5 for that. Again, nothing real valuable, but nice antique store item. And then next is this, it kind of seems like a weird item to buy, but sometimes at these yard sales you find interesting things that are worth a lot that you don't have to pay a lot for, and this is one of them. It's a 12-station water timer, and it's pretty much like new, and I got it for 10 bucks, so it's really good deal there. Some money to make on that. Bought a collection of models over here, tanks and stuff, military models. I've always done really well with. I did pay up for these. The guy wanted a lot. Some of them are priced $27, but I ended up getting the whole set of them for 40 bucks. So those should work out pretty good. And then here in the middle, we have a Fender bass guitar. I got that for $10. You can see it's all dirty and dusty, and I'm sure it's going to need a little love. Everything does. But at 10 bucks, I can definitely make some money by fixing that up and turn it into something somebody can use again. And then next to that is a Guitar Hero guitar. The video game stuff lately has been really, really strong. I got this for $5. It's probably worth around $20, so that's a pretty good deal. And then behind that is some Marvel posters. I picked all those up for $5. These things sell really good at the antique store, so I'll have to again do a little work gluing them back together there, but for the most part they're pretty neat, and again they sell good, and then they're good eye candy. And then over here we found this this Camel pool cue and a Camel dart set. Both are still brand new. I did pay up for these, $80 for the pair, but I have a feeling they're worth quite a bit more than that, so we're going to do a little research and see how that turns out. But being that they're brand new and everything, it's going to be something pretty good, I think. And then over here, we have a big collection of books. We hit a yard sale. There wasn't a ton there, but they did have a lot of books. So we looked through them all and grabbed everything that was old, and these Corvette books. There's a lot of poem books. Ended up getting all the books for $40. So I think we had 30 books in total, so they should work out pretty good. So some of them aren't going to be real valuable, but I bet there's a few in there that have some value. So we'll have to wait and see on these. And then picked up another box of Legos. Always buy those Legos when they're cheap, and these were $2, so can't go wrong. And then next is this big collection of American Girls, or what I'm finding out looks like American Girls, stuff. I bought all this at once. I did pay up for this, $120. We're going to have to see if I can even make any money on this or not. I can see some of it is American Girls, but it's looking like some of it's not American Girls, so I'll have to figure out if, you know, what the overall value is. But in any case, I'm going to get a little education in American Girl dolls now, and I'll be more prepared next time when I see these things to know really what they're actually worth. And then over here on the ground, we have this neat binder full of drag racing pictures, dating all the way back into the mid-60s. So it's just full of them, going up to around, I think, 1980. So I got this whole binder full of this stuff for $10. Pretty neat. And we got bought some more records. We always buy records. We got these really, really cheap, 50 cents a piece. They're good stuff. Chicago, Earth, Wind and Fire, and Eagles. So can't go too wrong with that stuff. Okay, and our final item here is the set of 5 DVDs. I bought 5 of them because they were 5 for $1, which is pretty cheap. And this is Bible Man. Never heard of this, never seen this, so I bought it. No idea if it has any real value or not, but at 20 cents a piece, can't go too wrong. Deadly Harvest, still new and sealed if anybody's interested. Was $4.99 at Kmart. So that wraps up our table shots. Next, we'll be going into some detail on some of the more interesting items and see what kind of treasure we can dig out of this pile. All right, first is the Furby. This is the original Furby, still new in the box. The package is a little beat up on this one, but still brand new inside. So now let's go look Furby up and see what he's worth. All right, now we're going to look and see what is this Furby actually worth. So I've done a search for a white Furby on eBay. I have my completed listings so I can see what is over with, what is sold and what hasn't. And the black, like this, means it didn't sell. So that is the white Furby I have, and they are asking $500 with a buy it now of $1,000. Only problem is it didn't sell. So although it seems like I have something super valuable and I, made out like a bandit, the reality is, as we scroll to the bottom of the pricing, that was the highest prices first. Down here, we'll start to see some green. And the green means these items did sell. And where they do sell is around $50. There are some that have sold higher, and there's a lot that have sold lower. So the sweet spot for this is about $40 to $50 in the real world. So that just shows you people can ask whatever they want for things, but that doesn't make it that's what it's worth. It's worth what somebody's willing to pay. And around $40 or $50 is what a Furby's worth, new in the box. And here we have the book collection I bought. Purchased 30 books all at once, and they turned out pretty good. I got a bunch of winners in here. Some of this stuff's just $5 or $10, but there's a lot of books, some as far back as the 1800s. So overall, they turned out really good. Even these 2 Corvette books, these fact books, are worth about $50 for the 2 of them. So Pretty amazing. And then this pirate book, somebody on eBay got $125 for one of these. The cheapest one, which was in a lot worse condition, was $50. So that one should do pretty good too. When you're looking at these old books, the way to tell the age of them is on the first few pages, you'll find something very similar to this, and it'll have dates on it. And the newest date is the date of the book. If it has two dates like this one, the first one is the first time this story was probably told. This is Night with Uncle Remus. So that's kind of how you tell if they're old. If they only have one date, then you may have a first edition. Sometimes they say that, sometimes they don't. But that it's one clue that you could use to try to find something like that. So overall, these turned out really good. I paid about $50 for all the books, if I remember right, and I expect to get over $400 for them. So super happy with these. All right, here is the Mickey Mouse lamp I bought. I didn't expect this to really be worth anything, but after looking around, it's a pretty rare lamp. I only found two for sale. One person was asking $400 on eBay, which seems completely out of line, and I did find another used one on Etsy at $90. So I don't really expect even that out of this. I think it's neat. It's got this vintage 1928 and the vintage Mickey look to it, so I think it is pretty neat looking, but I really expect probably more around $40 to $60. I paid $5, so if I ended up with $50, I'd be really happy with that. Turned out pretty good. Okay, next up is the American Girl doll collection that I bought, or so I thought. I'll be the first to admit, I don't know anything about American Girl dolls, and buying these, that was kind of part of the fun, was to get a little education, and education I got, money not so much. So what I have here are Target and Walmart dolls. These are not American Girl dolls. These should say Pleasant Company, or they should say American Girl. Only those two things are real American Girl dolls. So mine unfortunately say Batat, which is the Target version of the American Girls, and it's called Our Generation. And then this little guy here, he's marked City Toy, which is right here, Walmart's version of American Girl, and that is called My Life. Both of these things don't have the value that American Girl stuff does by any means whatsoever. The American Girl stuff is very collectible, highly sought after, and pretty valuable. These still have some value, and I did get a lot of stuff with these, horses and vehicles and bedroom furniture, so it'll still sell well, and I'll make a little money at it. But the important thing I got out of this is from now on, I'm picking these dolls up, and I'm going to find a real American Girl doll, and we'll do a video on that at some later date if I get lucky enough to find the real thing. So I paid 120 bucks. I can maybe double my money on this, say $240. I think that's about the limit. We'll see once I get to it all. And next is the Bear Bank we bought. It's a actual Walt Disney item, marked right on the back. It's a Country Bear Jamboree Bank. I would imagine you would get this at Disneyland when you visited. I checked them out on eBay. They sell really well on there. Every one of them sold. So they do vary in price quite a bit, as high as $125, but really somewhere in the 25 or 30 zone seems to be where most of them sell at, and that's what I would expect. I paid $1, and I think I'll get at least 25 for this. And here we have the electric bass I bought. This turned out pretty good. It works, and it's a nice shape. It does have a big chip on one side that I'm going to have to fix up. But outside of that, it really doesn't look like it was used very much. It still actually has the barcode sticker on it. So, unfortunately, somebody did whack it right there. So, I'm going to go ahead and fix that up, make it a little nicer. But other than that, it works really good. It's a Fender Squier P bass. And really surprising with this one. I thought maybe this thing was worth 60 bucks, but after looking on eBay, they bring $150. So I paid 10 bucks. I expect maybe a local sale of $120 to $140 for this, so I think that worked out great. Okay, here we have the Camel Pool Cue and Camel Dartboard set that I bought. Both these items are still new, so to speak. Never used them anyway. These are Camel cigarette promotional items. These are items when you smoked your cigarettes back in the day, so to speak. they would give you little coupons, kind of look like money, called Camel bucks. You would save them up, and then you could mail them in and get free stuff. These are some of those items. These were really high-end items. You had to smoke a lot of cigarettes. I mean, a lot of cigarettes to get these things. So they're both pretty neat items. Kind of higher end for at least something promotional like this. Really nice wood dartboard set with a really nice cork board. Pretty nice quality. Even the pool cues, pretty nice quality. So I paid $80 for these, and the dartboard sells really well on eBay. Both these items sell really good. The dartboard brings at least $150 on there. I've seen it bring quite a bit more. The pool cue, I think I can get close to $100 on this one. So all said, I spent $80, and I should end up with hopefully around $250 on these. So pretty good deal. Okay, that wraps up episode 6 of Pickin' Vegas. I had a lot of fun this last week, hunting all this stuff down and making a video showing you all the treasures I find. A lot of these items will be going down to my antique booth. I have a large booth in the middle of the store at the Antique Alley Mall at 1126 South Main Street in Las Vegas. It's downtown Las Vegas in the new Arts District. I highly recommend going down there. They just remodeled everything. There's restaurants and bars and vintage shops and lots of neat stuff down there. So this week I did spend a lot of money. I laid out $432 for all the items that we saw on the table and the ground and everything. But it all worked out really good. I do expect $1,900 in return on these items. So another just smoking hot week of finding the right stuff. So the new weekend's coming. I can't wait to get out there and hunt some more stuff down. And I'll see you next week with a brand new pile.